Hi roses, my name is Tianna and welcome to today's reading. In honor of Valentine's Day, I wanted to make a reading all about your next partner and what is coming next for you in love. This reading is for you if you have a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. Even if you do not but still feel called to this reading, please feel free to stick around. As always, take what resonates. And if you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in more tarot content, check out my other videos or my Twitter at Tianna Rose Tarot, or use the link in the description box to book a personal reading with me. Before we get into the next partner energy, I want to discuss what might be coming up for you at this time. So first we have full moon in Taurus, detoxify, and full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. So you may have had a series of slightly more toxic situations in the past, take that as it resonates, or you could be in one at this time. So there might be something that you're either actively dealing with or recovering from, and that is still bringing a lot of tension, toxicity, difficulties into your life. These cards are encouraging you both to breathe and breathing through the tension, but not necessarily forcing yourself to just stick through it and to suck it up. It is really important that you take time to detox, and sometimes that does mean that you need to remove somebody from your life. And it does not necessarily mean that this person is a bad person. It does not mean that you are a bad person. It could just mean that the two of you together, or the two energies interacting, are not working in the way that is most aligned for you. Something isn't quite feeling right, and I think you know this, even if it's not really something that feels fully conscious to you yet, or something that you feel ready to act on. We do have these two beautiful full moon images here. So to me, that symbolizes things coming to the light, and also recognizing the fulfillment, the wholeness of yourself, and not feeling like you need to chase after somebody else to try and get that. So for some of you, before you meet a next partner, you might need to take the time to really work through the things that are happening right now and make sure that you are healing. It does not need to be completely before you start dating again. But there have been some really heavy things that you've been dealing with or have dealt with in the past, and it's important to give yourself a bit more care and attention. Let yourself breathe. Give yourself some space. Honor the things that have come in the past, and recognize that you do deserve so much. When it is time to call in a new partner, this person could either be a Taurus or a Scorpio, if that resonates. There's both earth and water energy here. This person is somebody who is going to bring in relief. But it's important that you aren't counting on this person for that that's something that you've been able to find with yourself, because then you become reliant on somebody else. A connection should be built on more than just that, but this person is going to feel pretty different from what you've been used to in the past. They're not going to make you constantly question or feel super anxious all of the time. You're not going to find yourself fighting with yourself or with them. It's going to feel not necessarily like everything just clicks, because that's very difficult, if not impossible, but it's going to feel inspired. It's going to feel safe and calm and really real. So once you find yourself in a grounded space, in a place where you're not coming from a rebound or feeling like you're trying to find something within somebody else when that really should be found within yourself, you're going to be coming to somebody who really wants to just amplify those things, giving you so much space to shine, reminding you of all of your incredible qualities that you already are knowing and reminding yourself of. And it's going to really help you to heal without just constantly adding more things to the fire that you then have to deal with on top of everything that you've already been healing through. What else do we have about this next partner? So we have the card Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So I see this referring to a previous partner, this level of toxicity that we were discussing before. To some extent, everybody does show up in a certain way when they first meet people that is maybe not completely authentic, but it should feel safe. No one should be actively lying to you. And this person that you're calling in is going to know themselves enough, be aware of themselves enough to recognize when they're doing things that aren't really authentic and addressing them in the moment, not letting things get too far. This is also a reminder for yourself to make sure that even though you've gone through a lot of things in the past and it may cause you to have certain walls up or feel like there's certain things that you don't really want to say, whether that's about yourself, about your past, or bringing up issues because you're scared of them turning into a fight or anything like that, that it's still important to be authentic. There's a difference between lying to somebody versus being intentional with when you are sharing things and sharing difficult things with care. So make sure that you're leaning towards the second one, where you don't just have to come out and spill everything to this person, but also show up in a way that feels authentic to you. And if you feel like you still have to have walls up, that might be an indication that you need a bit more time. I don't think that this person is going to mind if your walls are up, but this person will mind if they're meeting a version of you that is not who you really are. They really do want to get to know you. They want to know who you really are, even with the things that you've experienced in the past. So I don't think you'll need to hide those. This person is somebody who's going to make the effort. And this is going to be a situation where you want to make the effort as well. As I was saying, even if you have walls up, try to step into healthier patterns for yourself. Recognizing that this is a worthwhile situation and that you might not necessarily know the outcome. Of course, you don't know the outcome when you step into something. And that risk is the beauty of being in connection. Learning that you can trust yourself so that when something isn't feeling right anymore, you can recognize those things and you know that if you leave, you're still going to be okay, that you're not falling into codependent patterns or getting attached to somebody too early. You're making the effort even though you know that it might not be permanent or it might not always go the way that you wanted it to, but that it's still worth making the effort and enjoying that connection. And lastly, we have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So again, while you may be feeling really heavy from a lot of these things, that doesn't have to stop you from being able to enjoy this process. I think this person is going to want to flirt with you, want to be affectionate with you, and you might need to slow them down a bit. You might need to let them know of what your boundaries are. That doesn't mean, again, that you need to tell them everything, but I believe that they will understand. And even if it doesn't come super easily to you at this time, they want to be in that energy with you. And I think you want to be in that energy as well. You want to be able to approach this in a more lighthearted way. And so that doesn't mean ignoring everything that you've gone through or the baggage that might still feel like it's present and maybe getting in the way of allowing yourself to feel like you can show up fully authentically. But this person wants you to do your best, and they're going to love you for that. So I hope that this connection is going to help you see that you are still worthy of good things, that has never changed and it never will. And that somebody can still want to be there for you, even if it's not always perfect. Happy Valentine's Day.